All right, it's officially time. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Movement Break. Thank you so much for joining me today. For today's class, we are doing all standing exercises. And if at any point you feel like you need a little bit more help with balance or any support, you can move to a support structure, which would include a wall or a desk. Let's go ahead and get started. We are going to begin with our shoulders today. Starting with some shoulder blade squeezes. I want you standing up nice and tall, shoulders pulling down away from those ears. From here, we're going to pull those shoulder blades together, trying to pull them in towards our spine. Chest opens, and then relax. We're going to do 10 shoulder blade squeezes. Really feeling that chest open as we pull back. Let's do 2 more squeezes. Relaxing out of that, we are going to bring our arms up into a field goal position. In our field goal position, I want your wrists stacked right over those elbows, and I want those elbows up at shoulder height. We're going to pull those elbows back so they're in alignment with our body today. From here, we're going to try to straighten our arms, reaching up towards that ceiling, and back down. Another option for this exercise is to stand with your back against the wall and perform this almost as a wall slide, trying to keep contact with your hands and arms on the wall the whole time. Let's do 2 more reaches here. Lowering those arms back down to your sides. We're going to take our hands next, lacing those fingers together. I want you to flip your hands so your palms are facing out and away from your body. From here, we're just going to reach those hands out, straightening those elbows. Reaching as far forward as you can, feeling that upper back round, and then pulling those hands back in, returning towards your chest. Let's do 2 more here. And relaxing out of that, lowering those hands back down to your sides. We're going to transition to our hips next, going into our hip gate openers. So for this one, this is an exercise where we may need that support structure. We may need to hold on to it with either 1 or 2 hands. Before this exercise, we're going to take one leg, lifting that knee up. We're going to open out to the side, lowering that foot down, and then we're going to repeat in the opposite direction, lifting up, closing in, and lowering. We are going to alternate side to side for this one, taking that movement nice and slow. If you would like, you can keep your feet on the ground, lifting that heel. We're just going to swing that knee open and close. This is another option if you'd like to keep both feet on the ground, or if you feel any irritation in your hip flexors. Let's do one more to each side. Bringing those feet together. You can keep about an inch or two of separation between your legs. But we're gonna go into some chair squats for our chair squats today. We're going to bend those knees, sinking those hips down and back, staying in that nice comfortable range. Back is flat. Once you've kind of reached that end range in your squat, you're going to take your arms, reaching up overhead, standing tall, and then lowering those arms down to your sides. So we squat, we reach up, and then we stand. Let's do 3 more here. Relaxing out of that. You can give a little bit more space between those legs, stepping out to about hip width apart. We're going to be in a bent over position next. We're going to be doing some cat-cows, working on that spine mobility. In this bent over position, you can brace your hands right above your kneecaps, allowing a slight knee bend. You can also move over to a coffee table, your desk, anything with a little bit of a lower incline, and you can bend and place your hand on that nice stable surface as well. From that bent over position, we're going to tuck our chin into our chest, rounding our back, tucking our tailbone under, and then we're going to drop that chest, lift your chin up, lift that tailbone up to the ceiling, and repeat. We're doing our best to get as much flexion and extension through our spine as we can. Let's do one more here. Flattening that back out, we're going to slowly return to standing, widening that stance even more. We're going to have those legs be a little bit wide than shoulder width, feet facing forward. We're going to go into some T reaches. For these T reaches, you can allow just a soft knee bend. Arms are starting out to the side in that T. From here, we're going to take that right arm and we're going to bend at the waist, adding some rotation. We're trying to reach and tap that opposite foot. Standing tall and then switching sides. If you'd like to get a little bit more rotation, you can take your head and look up towards that ceiling as you reach for your foot. Let's do one more to each side. Relaxing out of that, bringing those arms down. We are going to end with some heel raises today. For our heel raises, we're going to be in a turned out position. So in this position, I want your heels touching and your toes to be turned out as far as it is comfortable. Once again, you can hold on to that support structure, but all we're doing is lifting up those heels, up onto those toes, and then lowering back down. As we lift those heels, our heels will separate and pull apart, and then they come back together at the bottom of that movement. We're doing our best to push through those ankles, getting as much range of motion as we can. Let's do one more here. Relaxing out of that. You can shake those legs out, shake those arms out. And that is all the movements I have for you all today. Thank you so much for joining, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.